Bet you weren't expecting a Monday stream, huh? Well, neither was I, to be honest, and I wasn't sure if I was going to, but since I got the work done on the next review that I wanted to, I figured we may as well go ahead and just unwind a little bit. Hold on, let me get this thing here set up real quick. Alright, I gotta drop the audio inset section. Boom. Okay. audio is there, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I still feel like I need another drink, and since I haven't had a soda today, at least, thankfully, with my lunch, I can just have my usual Jack and Coke tonight. Or rather, it's afternoon, late afternoon, early evening. You get the point. Oh no, I think... Yeah, I don't know if pouring that on top was the smart choice right there. And even splashing a little bit of it in. Well, the good news is we are running out of that shit, thankfully. And when it's out of here. Like the old Nickelodeon show. There's one that was produced at Nickelodeon Studios that I'm not sure many of you would remember unless way back when. But yeah, we are going to continue Lost Judgment again because I made good progress. A little more than I wanted to, actually, but you know what? I feel like doing more right now. I really do. So, and I went so longer on that because we had a big reveal. So I wanted to get through the big reveal at least on the shocking shit. Ooh. Ooh. There, top a little more Coke. Okay, we're good. Okay. Oh, I finally saw some films. I had a double feature today, actually. Yes, I finally am trying to knock this fucking stack down because I might want to go see Oppenheimer in a theater. So what I did today, because I had two, I did a double feature of The Expendables 1 and 2. Yes, it was finally time for me to go and watch the films. What is essentially, well, the throwback to the old 80s action films. If you're not familiar, at least that's what they are, if you're not that familiar with The Expendables. It started off in 2010, actually, and it was pretty much helmed by Sylvester Stallone, and it's an ensemble cast of actors. Many of them were famous in the late 80s and the early 90s in parts too, like not quite Jason, but Sylvester Stallone definitely, and Dolph Lundgren would have been one of them, Mickey Rourke at one point too, Bruce Willis, and had some more newer actors and newer rising action actors like Jason Statham, Jet Li, Terry Crews, and it has a handful of other people as well. In fact, this was actually, I didn't actually realize this, it was Dolph Lundgren's first theatrically released film since 1995's Johnny Mnemonic, which is a film that's always eluded me, but I don't know if it's going to end up with a 4K or not. I don't know. But either way, they are basically elite mercenaries who work out of New Orleans, and they're tasked to overthrow a Latin American dictator, who they soon discover is a puppet controlled by an ex-corrupt CIA agent, who's played by Eric Roberts. And it basically pays tribute to a lot of the blockbuster action films of the late 80s and 90s. Some of them I think were actually by Canon, who, spiritual successor, if you will, Millennium Films, was like the co-producer for this movie along with New Image. And it's not a masterpiece, but for what it does, if you like a lot of those early 80 action films, you'll probably enjoy it. I mean, let's be honest, there's really not much to expect. I don't know if I'd put it in the league as films like Die Hard or Predator, Aliens, Terminator 1 and 2, more so 2, but you get the point. And it's simple, straightforward, and yeah, it's fine. And then we ended up getting a sequel, The Expendables 2, which has pretty much most of the same people, a handful of other people, and this time the villain's played by Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's literally named Jean Villain. I shit you not. Way to be on the nose there. And it has some other actors as well. Same ones returned from the first film, basically, like Stallone, Statham, Lee, Lundgren, Randy Couture, basically. Was actually a former MMA fighter as well. But he's also had some other acting roles too. But he's also other things. Who else even is listed that returned from the film? Yeah, Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger returned. They had more cameos in the first one because I think Arnold was still in office at the time. I'm not sure what the deal was with Bruce Willis, but But the roles are more expanded here. Well, only a little bit more. And the big addition to the cast was none other than freaking Chuck Norris. And he's pretty much awesome, as he usually is with ever. In fact, they even do the Chuck Norris meme there, reference. And a cobra bites him, his character who's named Booker, and the cobra dies. You gotta love that shit. But yeah, actually, the name Booker, actually, though, is a name to homage to Good Guys Wear Black, where Chuck Norris played John T. Booker. And yeah, Chuck Norris facts, satirical factoids about the actor. The only bad thing, though, really, that hurts it is that, well, Jet Li's not in it as much, though. He does appear in the opening, but otherwise he's out, mainly because he was scheduling conflicts with Flying Swords of Dragon Gate. And honestly, I kind of wish I'd seen these two first before I saw the third movie. Just cause, you know. I mean, I haven't seen the third one since it came out in theaters. I don't know if I'll rewatch it in time before the new one comes out, but I'm kind of glad to have at least knocked them off my list and add more Stallone stuff as well off the pile. Hold on. I still have like 12 films. Well, 9 in this stack, not counting the Superman stuff, but I digress. Yeah, in terms of Stallone directorial effort, I've pretty much seen almost everything. Except Staying Alive, which is actually getting a 4K from Kino of all fucking things. And the sad thing is, the crappy sequel to Saturday Night Fever is going to look better in 4K than the actual quality movie people would want in 4K. And I do use the term quality loosely, because I'm not the biggest fan of Saturday Night Fever. It's very much one of those product of the time movies, but yeah, for what it does, it's fine. And then Paradise Alley, which is this early-ass movie that I'm not even sure how many people will remember. It's definitely low on the popularity out of the 8, but yeah. And that's only the director. If I switch to actor, there we go, 23. And rounding out more Stallone. Oh, but still need to see Ants. I'm hoping that gets a 4K soon. Expendables, Copland. Yeah, that's an underrated one. Let's see. Cobra. I'm hoping that gets a 4K soon. What else? There's some other crap in here. Tango and Cash might actually would be nice for a 4K, but I don't know if that's gonna get ones. Oh god, Judge Dredd. Ugh. There's only one Dredd film that you need, and that one is thankfully in 4K. I actually have the steelbook of that one because it looks so cool. I didn't watch it proper. Let me see what else. According to this list, I feel like it says here that Cliffhanger would be the most obscure film I've seen of Stallone, which should probably say a lot, because there's other ones lower on the list that are, well, how do I put it, garbage. Okay, if I show watched, yeah, Cliffhanger's at the bottom, so that tells you something, because there's some even more absurd shit that Stallone's been in, like Burn Hollywood Burn, which is pretty much a garbage dumpster fire on so many levels. Alright. Okay, number 54. Okay, and good news, by the way. Good news. We do not have to hunt down every other squirrel thing there in order to do it. The side quest proper. To finish the proper side quest. Or rather, to get the free voucher pass. And then we can just go through everything else as normal. So we're going to do that first. And then we're going to get into the thing proper. Okay, so I'm going to close out of that. Open that up. Oh, there's a stealth fest going on right now on Steam, but I don't know. Oh, better get my controller ready. You know the deal. Real detectives use a gamepad, and don't you forget it. I forgot. Oh, I think I closed out of everything anyway, so I'm good. Yeah, Sega. Ryuga Gotuko. Real detectives use a gamepad. I can't wait to cosplay Yagami again. Here we are. The Weight of Guilt is the chapter. So, before we go rest up on the couch here at Yokohama 99, I want to see if I can, there we go, just run by the cat, do a little good fortune. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Kamurocho. Oh dear, RK are going to be out in high force. We'll go back to Kamurocho and we'll be good. Okay. Cafe Alps is here. So that's where we need to go to find the squirrel. I took a beating. Perhaps I should get some food. Alright, so we're gonna enter through here. Let's get some food. What should I do? How about a sandwichette? The Earl Grey tea and a chocolate parfait. Parfait. If I can't speak properly, please.
Starving. It's pretty tasty. Thanks.
Okay. Now, if we enter observe mode, there's a way to... Hey, what have we got there?
What does this mean?
Squirrel's receiving a transmission. So... I should use the detector. Hold on. I think it wants me to go outside here. Or does it? Okay, hold on. Hold on. It's going crazy. There!
This drawing.
It's out here. Okay. Okay, please bear with me while I try and figure this out here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so there's a cabinet there behind it. Okay. There's a cabinet there behind it. And, shit, did I switch it? I did, okay, I'm just making sure. Okay. Oh, god darn it! Hold on. hate this fucking bullshit. I really hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it with the fucking heat of 1,000 goddamn suns right now. And I swear to God, I just... Okay, noise amp. That way. Okay. Right over there. There. That's only 2 out of 56. But that's the one that's basically going to get me the free pass voucher, which is what I was looking for anyway. So yeah, there's only 2 of them left to get. Alright, we're going to take the taxi back. And then we will just continue from there. Wait, hey, wait, wasn't there one in here somewhere? I'm thinking of a different area. There's too many of these goddarn squirrels. Go back to Isesaki Eugene show, please. Just don't want to be interrupted anymore. Go back to Yokohama 99. I'll do all the shopping in the morning. Because I really don't feel like... Oh wait, the pharmacy's around the corner. Okay. Alright, the pharmacy. Here, just go in. Holy crap, this place is big. And look at that, there's a giant little second floor. Okay. Three of those. Oh, I already have a max. I'm gonna have to buy more of those food sets. Alright, we'll do that later. Oh no. Goon! Alright. Rest on the couch, will ya? So meanwhile...
You know how they say your life flashes before your eyes when you're dying? That shit's real talk.
You saw it all, huh?
Yeah. There I am, bleeding out. And suddenly I'm getting the 3rd degree from Matsugane-san. Back when I was still just a rookie. Captain Hamura stares me down like, time to lose that pinky. And then, Higashi starts crying for me. Oh, if I'm gonna go, I ought to get a better final scene than that shit, right? Right?
I'm sure it'll be rosier when the time comes for real. Glad you pulled through, man.
Yeah.
That bastard's sober, though. Next time, he's fucked. We could have avenged Sawa-sensei if it weren't for that stupid ambush.
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cops a statement, so I did. With a generous side of bullshit.
Emphasis on
That'll
generous.
get you busted, you know.
I'm joking. All I said was the truth. That I got knifed by the same twisted fuck who got Sawa-sensei.
In that case, it's only a matter of time until Soma's arrested. So for now, we'll go after Kuwana, the piece that ties it all together. Just have to find him before Arcade does.
Kuwana, huh? He's on my shit list too, just...
Huh?
Kuwana must have had some sort of agenda back when he... In fact, it's probably because you were looking into Mikoshiba. He palled around with me all because of that.
I wouldn't say that.
Still. The moment an ass-for-me to kick turns up, this is the shape I'm in.
Just focus on getting better.
Sukuma will be by.
Sugiura gonna give me the cold...
He and I are off to question Mamiya. He said he'd drive us from Ijincho.
So... here we are. I should have back to Yokohama 99. I'm sure Sugiura has a car ready by now. Alright. Before I... I wonder if there's anything different at the Kinka Pharmacy. I'll take it. Alright, I'm gonna do a little... Before I do anything else, though, I'm gonna do a little shopping. Just because I want to be left a little... Let's start here. Here we are, the pharmacy. This is clearly like the old one in Bomb Alpha. There's a hemostat booster too. I'll just take this. Doesn't look like there's anything of use here, though. Go here to the Popo. I'll stock up here while I can. Skateboarding club's only gonna get so far. I could keep riding around all town just to get all this stuff, and it won't matter. Alright, in we go. Okay. Some of these, some of these, some of these. And I think we're okay. Alright. I should probably go find the nearest... Well, I can just skate back to Yokohama 99 if I'm that desperate. Or not. Well, I can't grind, but... Uh-oh. I should watch my back. It doesn't look like any new sub-stories hit. And anyone's... It's these here. But I have to go back to Stereo High for the Robotics Club. And then the Professor stuff. And I'm pretty sure that one, though, may require you to complete all the school stories. Which itself, I feel, is the more draining aspect here. There you are.
So we have to see Mom?
Not yet. I'm gonna save before. Oh. Bloody hell, it's broken. I love how this thing still keeps getting all the fucking details in. Yet, nobody knows. Maybe it's just because I need to trigger something else. I'm just gonna save here for now. And now, let's go.
So we have...
Yep, let's go.
If your theory is accurate, then Mamiya was involved in both Kawai and Mikoshiba's murders. And even if that's off, we can at least learn more about Kawana-san as a team.
East Ikebukuro, Yui Mamiya's apartment. Where Yui Suzuki.
Yes?
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Genda Law the other day. I have just a few more...
You told me the last. Seriously, please.
I suppose I should mention, I'm here today as a detective, not a lawyer.
So what?
And my partner here is Sugiura. He's with an agency called Yokohama 99.
Never heard of him.
He's based in Ijincho. He's working a case, the murder of Seiryo High teacher Yokosawa. You and Sawa-san were classmates in high school, is that correct? After leaving Kurokawa 13 years ago, Sawa-san moved to Ijincho to teach.
What is it you want? I haven't seen Yoko-chan. Now go.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. I ran into him at Sawa-sensei's home right before the murder. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurokawa, but resigned just like you.
So why am I being singled out?
Believe me, it's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in... You two weren't necessarily on...
If I had to say, we weren't on the best terms either.
How convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to... I'll give it my best shot.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing.
Hold on just a moment.
I wonder if she's feeling survivor's guilt from everything that happened.
Wonder what's going on. You don't think should we bring...
She's taking her sweet time in. Is she something to figure out an escape plan or something? Never mind.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I just wanted to clean up a little.
Fair enough, I suppose. I wonder if she's feeling...
Today?
He's at English school right now. I have to pick him up soon.
I wonder if she has survivor's guilt from everything that happened and she does genuinely feel remorseful but can't fully admit it.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that? You said he'd be home soon, right?
Excuse me, but you are in no place to make those kinds of...
Sorry.
Well, what is it?
Where do I start? But if I piss her off, we might get booted out here with nothing to show for it. Let me ask.
Have you been in contact with Kitakata?
I haven't.
Are you surprised that he stayed in Ijincho after resigning from the school?
No, not really.
How about the fact that now he's using an alias?
I had no clue. But again, he has nothing to do with it.
None of it seems to faze her. Guess I should take it a step further.
Do you remember Mitsuru Kusumoto?
Yes, we were classmates in high school.
He jumped off the school's roof after his classmate Shinya Kawai bullied him. I hear he's still in a coma, 13 years later.
Weren't you going to ask me about...
I was. But there seemed to be an awful lot of Kurokawa graduates surrounding this case. And strangely enough, they were all in your class. Kitakata-sensei being the prime example. As well as a guy named Akaike-san. Remember him?
Well, you're right. We were in the same class.
And would you say you're all familiar with Mitsuru Kusumoto's situation?
Yes, but... that's not a warm memory for any of us.
I understand. I'm sure it's not.
Alright, we're off to a decent start. I should keep it rolling and carefully build up to our point. Oh god. Well, I guess we have to ask the uncomfortable one.
The groping was over.
Excuse
When
you?
Akihiro Ihara grabbed you, the whole thing was a conspiracy.
You need to leave.
Dude, no one would even think to consider a predator and his victim. But if it was to establish a murder alibi, that way... But as luck would have it, proving it is going to require...
If you don't get up this second...
It took me quite a long time to figure out. But once I learned Yokosawa attended Kurokawa...
It all started to fall in
She was in your homeroom class. She looked after Toshiro Ihara. But just before I could ask her about any of this, she was murdered by Kamurocho gang. That same gang has been hunting your old teacher.
What is it you want from me?
Lamia-san, do you have any idea? He may be Kawana the handyman, but he hasn't answered his work line since Sawa-san's murder.
I don't know. He was my teacher.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kitakata-sensei still remembers yours. I'll prove it right.
Oh, God.
There's no way Yui Kitakata, aka Elias Kuwana, had forgotten his face. There's the yearbook here. Well, here goes nothing.
See for yourself. This was recorded at Kurokawa Academy 13 years ago. Feeling nostalgic yet? It was well hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen. The most interesting part is the date. The very same day Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped off the school roof. And hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering right along with the other bullies.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this, would we?
Has this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
Please. Please delete it.
Considering the angle, I get the feeling that this was recorded in secret. And based on your reaction, did you even know it existed?
I'm afraid we can't do that. She does.
You know what happened to Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame.
And he got yeeted.
Sort of, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still, you all just moved right along with your lives. You've even got happy little families. What? Are you expecting someone?
Amiya-san?
Well, I knew it would happen someday.
You knew? What the? Uh-oh. Oh, this is not good. What the fuck? It's the masked men! Oh, shit.
Looks like she wanted some company.
Oh, shit. Tasers? They're so desperate to hide this fucking video. They are so desperate to hide this video, it's not even funny. I'm about to cause a ruckus here. The masked men are here and where? There. Not good. This is not good at all.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
Who the hell were those men?
And would you look at that? Our old friend Akahike-san showed up to play a part.
Wow, that's a coincidence.
So you are all working together.
And the rest of
What should we do with them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun, right?
Break every finger on their hand, it still won't make you even. Come on, they may have more on the way. I have an old haunt in mind we move this to. And Mamiya-san's coming with.
Huh?
Let's not cause a scene, okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
Now where are we going? We're back in Kamurocho, the Charles Arcade.
Hey, you think this is your personal jail, Yagami? What makes you think you can keep bringing captives here?
What the hell else am I supposed to
The
go?
safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be such a reliable friend?
Yeah, Higashi, be cool. We won't be around long.
Be cool. You think time's the issue? This is about respect, man.
What's your call? We kicking him out?
Oh, quick bit of news, Higashi-san. Kaito-san got shanked in Yokohama.
What? What the fuck? Kaito Aniki? By who?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce you to Mamiya-san. She called up her friends to come after us just a little bit.
Yeah. And I'd do it again.
I don't give a shit about that. What happened to Aniki? You better have paid him back.
It's a long story, Higashi.
Fuck those RK assholes. And how could Aniki have let him get to him like...
Now that Higashi-san's up to speed, should we get to it? I imagine Mamiya-san doesn't want to drag this.
What do you intend to do?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll decide
How to deal with you afterwards. So, We're gonna have to hear her out. Save a point here. I want to check my skill. There. Did I say candy advantage? Alright, now
Let's get this over with.
let's start with the infamous bullying video. Now,
Let's start with the video.
start
Thoughts you
talking.
care to I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I say, Kawana's. I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies too?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for it? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat on it so long until way after graduating.
Why exactly did he sit on it for so long?
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he could teach us for the rest of our lives.
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been hard for us then. After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in compensation for damages.
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. At most we would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some flack, but people would chalk it up to kids and their cliques and move on. But that's only how it would have gone if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world sees that tape now, I'll lose it all. And what do you think would happen to my son? The son of a woman who drove the kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined. Hoarding is more than kids being cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night and is still in a coma today.
I get it. You have that much more to lose now than when you were a kid.
So, with this video as leverage, Kitakata-sensei is continuing to teach his former pupils.
Same for all my classmates. Kurokawa Academy is a prestigious school, after all. Most graduates go off to great universities and land high-paying jobs. One started his own company, others have families.
And they're all in your position too, huh? If that video gets out, they lose everything.
Exactly. Do you get it now? He waited for all of us to get what we wanted in life, just so he could threaten to take it all away. And when that time came, he started contacting us. Every student you see in that video.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
5 years ago. I was out on a walk with my son, when he came strolling up out of the blue. At first, I barely recognized him. His eyes were so hollow. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone and played that video. He's a psychopath.
Well, all you kids tormenting Mitsuru looked pretty psychopathic to me.
And you're so perfect. An angel who never once acted out of line.
Don't throw the morality clause. I'm pretty sure Sugiura is already aware of it all, given the events of the last game. But it's not without, well, I don't know if we can call it probable cause, but...
Never lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the group to shut someone out. Everyone does it.
No.
We were just lucky
Not
enough
everyone.
to have some creep us, picking on some kid who couldn't take it. Why did this have to happen for me?
I'd say it's because bad things happen to bad people.
Woe is me, huh?
You'll sling your barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it, you curl up and play victim.
You said it was 5 years ago that Kawana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki-sensei was looking into.
What?
There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai. Something about him getting snatched off the streets about 5 years back.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Kuwana stepped back into Mamiya and the others' lives 5 years ago, around when Kawhi was abducted, which means...
It was you guys. You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho and murdered him.
No! It wasn't us! We could never do something like that!
Wasn't
really?
us, huh? So you're not denying he was murdered after all? Who was it then?
All Sensei told us was to find Kawhi somewhere in Kamurocho, and bring him back with us, no matter what it took.
Did Kuwana tell you what he wanted with him?
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness. That's all he said. And if we refused, he'd leak the video. So we all went to see Kawhi, but he wanted nothing to do with Sensei. Considering he'd cost him everything, that came as no surprise.
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes. So we had to force him into our van. After he put up a fight.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local eyewitnesses said. So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. And that's where we begged for forgiveness. After that, he said we were free to go. All except Kawhi.
So you left him there alone with Kuwana?
We had to. The day after, I got a message on my phone from Sensei.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video. It was of all of us, pushing Kawhi into the van. Turns out he recorded what we did in the city. You can see all our faces so clearly. How we covered Kawhi's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction. As I was watching it the first time, another message came in. This time, a picture. When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when I knew I would never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawhi. Dead.
So he did end up being murdered
Anyone
after
who saw
all.
those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
By looking like they murdered.
Since then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare refuse him.
He's giving you orders?
That man! He forces us to help him. He makes us accomplices to murder.
Murder?
They're being forced to help Kuwana kill people. The case is finally cracking wide open.
What the hell? Murder who, exactly?
Any bullies involved in suicides. That's who Sensei's got it in for. Anyone he can find across the country.
And if I had to take a guess, it just so happens that Miko Shiba was unfortunately the last victim caught up in all of this madness.
He doesn't even care how old the case is. If a student commits suicide, and bullying is suspected as the cause, he'll turn up.
And I guess that's what happened. And I get, but wait a minute, here's what I'm trying to think. How would Ihara exactly tie to Kuwana? If Kuwana's the one, or Kitakata, I should say, is the one orchestrating all of this, and likely showed them up at the same time.
As far as I know, counting Kawhi, I think he's killed at least 7 people.
7 people?
How's he doing this?
So his idea of justice is killing bullies? Across the entire country?
Wait, I'm trying to picture this. Think about this. What if Ihara-san was just a pawn in all of this?
That's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always face justice. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep getting our hands dirty. That way, we might be able to save the next few Mitsurus before it's too late for them.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Yeah, let's not.
Please, not now.
So was the murder of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda?
That's what I'm curious.
You know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kuwana let Ihara murder him. and how you found your role in establishing his alibi.
Ihara could take the fall.
Not just me. Grabbing Nikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down. And even the ones who filmed it, they were
So
working for
Ihara
Sensei.
was just a pawn in all of
That's how it went
this.
down.
He was
We
expendable.
had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't
The
directly
groping
take part in
thing
any
here
killing.
was done on purpose.
He just makes us his accomplices somehow.
Again,
Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body.
he was
But the one thing
expendable.
we can't ever do is turn him down. If we do, he'll send his video of us abducting Kawhi to the police. And then Kawhi's body will turn up with our fingerprints all over his corpse. And we know that because
Kawhi got murdered by
in a
Kawana.
freezer somewhere.
In a freezer?
He's preserving one of his murder victims?
Jesus.
So as long as he has that, you're wrapped around his finger.
Mitsuru Kusamoto's case 13 years ago was the catalyst that drove Kawana to executing bullies. Hiro Mikoshiba, who Ihara murdered, was just one of many, and behind him, Kawana was pulling the strings all along.
Sounds to me like Kawana's had one thing on his mind for 13 years. Sitting on that video and becoming an Ijincho handyman was all in service of his real motive, killing off bullies. He's dragged all his former students into this hell, until the day it destroys every single one of you.
Is today that day?
We'll see. I'm still curious about a few things, though.
What?
There are these scumbags chasing down Kawana called RK.
Red
But what
knife.
did they find? Strangely enough, they never came up once during your confession. So tell me, why'd they come for Yoko's?
That I don't know for certain. But Sensei did reach out to Yoko-chan about 6 months ago.
Maybe
over the
because
phone.
he knew about what happened.
He was asking her about the suicide at Serio High.
The suicide at Serio High. You must be talking
Toshihiro
about
Ihara.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? That the school wasn't responsible.
We all know that clearly was not the
But
case.
Yoko-chan was a teacher there, and Sensei was able to get the truth out of her.
Yagami was the
How'd he
only
do
other
that?
one who did.
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers dealing with students attempting suicide. I think that's why she let her guard down and told them everything. After learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be held accountable.
Like everyone else.
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved? And none of this would be happening in Ijincho?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei didn't know Kawana's identity or his
His
objectives.
real identity.
She thought she was just talking through her problems with a sympathetic ex-teacher. At the very least, she sure as hell didn't deserve to die for that.
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
I know. Huh? What the hell?
Who is it?
Block number. Hello?
What the hell?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
Kawana?
What?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
What the hell?
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone. But you have to let Mamiya go in exchange.
How the hell did you?
What?
Alright. She's free as soon as I see you.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office. I thought I'd let myself in.
What?
Gotta say,
Pretty sure I locked up a...
listen, I'll only meet and don't make me wait long.
He told me to meet him alone. You can let Mamiya-san go once I confirm.
You gonna be alright?
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san's with us.
He has to be
Guessing
watching
is-
this.
I can't afford to do anything that would piss him off enough to make...
Oh. We'll take care of this end of it.
New info has been added about everything. Jin Kawana, formerly Yuki Takada. Holy Add to the detective.
Just go already.
Fine.
I'll keep an eye on Mommy. I'll keep an eye on Mommy.
Hold on.
We'll take it.
Alright. This crazy son of a bitch. I knew something had to have been wrong. I have to get back to the office. Look at that, the pharmacy reopened back up. I need to go back to the office immediately. I can't believe it. He's still watching us. Oh, shit. I didn't even turn that on. I forgot to turn that on, actually. Again, I got so immersed. I couldn't stop. I can't believe it. He broke the lock. You rotten son
You
of...
don't mind, I let myself in.
You rotten son of a
Now, are you gonna hold up
bitch.
your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? Maybe it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this
Well,
shit.
too bad. Oh, hello there.
If that's the case.
Oh,
why were you
Jesse.
already waiting in
Dun
her
dun dun.
apartment?
Oh, Jesse. Dun dun dun. I can't have the sound effect, but every time you do that, Jesse, I'm gonna throw the Reading Rainbow dun 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 effect there, just for shiggles.
RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me, is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
We
You mean
both
back
know
to
that's
when you
not
were a school
possible.
teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman.
Was just unfortunately caught up in business that she had no business being in.
You and I are the same. We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped. She stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys. Teasing. I figured it was harmless. That they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting. So I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I did. Now it's too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind? She asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So that's how he got the bullying video. He had to set it up himself to record the room remotely.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to
I
watch.
couldn't even fucking physically watch it.
Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments.
There goes the damn thing. Oh, he's calling at this hour. God darn it, that's my aunt. I guess she couldn't answer the phone.
What happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawhi started it. It wasn't our idea, they said.
So Kawhi just took the fall in the end and was murdered.
To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawhi forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawhi and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far, you put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusumoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it.
Because of Soma.
I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning.
Yes, everything from the beginning.
4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time.
Hiro Mikoshiba.
You know this, right?
Or Toshiro
Student
Ihara,
at
not
Seiryo High
Hiroshima.
School.
What the fuck? I can't think straight.
Toshiro Ihara.
But Mikoshiba was the cause of the bullying.
When she was in
Hara.
court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying.
The school tried
Soon
and
as she
swept it
told
under
me
the
that,
rug.
I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that.
And she shouldn't have.
When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Yagami.
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
So Sawa-sensei was the one who told Kawana I'd shown up at her school.
The police are a pain in the ass, but when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Leomong to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. You and Mamiya.
What?
They hadn't seen each other in 13 years. Sawa-kun had no idea.
What the hell?
The lady in the sunglasses.
So she was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah. Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawa-kun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away.
But she didn't.
The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? Doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawa-kun, no. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed.
Of course, he never got the chance to because the RK showed up and Soma murdered her. But I still don't understand how the RK are fully connected. We know they were looking for Kawhi, basically. Did they have business with him of some kind and that just happened to be a coincidence?
In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
Fear.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
Maybe because you had Kawhi as well. He had Kawhi. They were looking for him.
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest, I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now.
What the hell?
That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out while you still can.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
What the hell? Oh no. There's a chase.
You won't get away.
Well, shit. Now I have to chase.
Well, look at you. Don't you have anything else to do?
Oh my god. God, he doesn't even take the obvious, right? cutting through here. Yeah, we're just cutting through here at this point.
Hold up.
Past the Shangri-La. It didn't work. It didn't. I love how it keeps showing him as Kawana, even though we already know his real name. Whoa! Of course not. Never! Oh, fuck. He's out of breath.
You won't get away. Hold up.
Get up. What the? Oh, hell no you don't.
Get back here.
Oh, hell no you don't.
Where'd he go?
Hey! Stop! Look out! Whoa! Well, 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 look at the bozo to yours.
You really need the masks.
You heard that, right? The detective here...
Kawana.
What are you going to do now? What do you think sounds like your lives are over?
But Sensei, you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me!
I know.
Okay then.
Come on.
Shit.
Let's go.
Alright. Alright, just take him down. Damn, this style's good. Alright. And right in the face. What a waste.
Kawana? Oh no, Kawana!
You. What are they were? What the hell? Look out, Yagami! Look out!
Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san. Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?
Shit. And the chapter just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Previously.
13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusumoto plunged himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kawana's. Ridden by guilt, Kawana sets off on a path of vengeance. and the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Continuing. Chapter 10. Catch a tiger.
Hey. What are you doing?
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore.
What?
And I think you owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days.
Oh goodness. Secure.
Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. But try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you. Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
What time is it?
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamasho lately?
The arcade?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude make them pay for what they did to me.
Make them pay?
It's not the Yakuza and me talking.
Isn't that exactly?
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. Doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Besides, what's it matter if...
Whatever you say.
Since I'm out, might as well check see how the city's doing. I'll go kill some time somewhere. Unfortunately, I can't do much. So it wants me to kill some time in town. My health is already filled up. There's not much else I can do. Do I want to go somewhere? I could hunt some of the I could do some of the squirrel hunting in Kamurocho. It wants me to go back to the agency for a little bit. Perhaps I'll do that. Quick. Hey, bro. It got on. Huh?
Hey, Yagami-san.
Hey.
Shirosaki-sensei and the others just got the truck.
Got it.
Thanks.
So I don't even get to barely spend any time away, huh? I'll have to get back. Right. Take the taxi. This'll drop us right off back at Charles. I don't know what it is. It's fucking... Genda.
Really?
Shirosaki.
You too, Genda-sensei?
What? Am I in the way?
No, I didn't know you still did field work.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Sauri...
Why are all these people here?
Hoshino's here too.
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san.
Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Our condolences. Looks like she got mixed up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana. But we're still not sure why they chased him. To figure that out, we'll have to retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mom.
Alright, here we go.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want. Keep the answers straight.
The Hara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Miko Shiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim. And together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate?
Yeah.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ahara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
What was Kawana doing at the time? Was he in Ijincho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ahara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ahara himself? So this Ahara was actually Kawana.
Sensei and Ahara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ahara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh. You can print things in 3D now?
Well, it's a machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become Ahara-san.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
I see. His eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
That's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator.
They fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Assuming Kawana was Ahara's double, there's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay.
Time to pull back the curtain on this case. Any evidence I'm not sure on, I need to press her. Security camera. The dead spot evidence.
How about this then?
What's this? A map of the station?
Not just a map of the
We made
station.
a diagram of Shinjuku Station. The platform's packed.
There's a
with
small
cameras,
blind
but
spot.
Take a closer look, and you'll notice a small blind spot.
We've all been looking into it. So, let's say Ahara murdered Miko Shiba and faked his alibi at the station. If that was the case, then after Ahara had his stand-in do the deed, they would have swapped at this blind spot. Sound about right?
Is I give up what you're looking for? You figured it out. You win. What more do you...
I guess there's more here. Trace report here.
This piece of the puzzle still needs an explanation.
Is that...
The trace report.
The police examined the trace evidence on Ahara's hands after he was caught. And from the analysis, the same fibers from Mamiya-san's undergarments were found on Ahara's hands.
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ahara-san wouldn't have touched Mamiya-san at all. But the evidence on Ahara-san's hands suggests otherwise.
I take it there was a trick to this?
That's simple. Before I got in the train, I met with the real Ahara-san at the underground platform. That's when I had him touch the undergarments. After that, all I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fibers in the trace were.
Just as I suspected. She and Ahara fabricated the harassment evidence long before it happened.
What the police found on Ahara-san's hands was exactly what we wanted them to find. And it would serve as hard proof he grabbed me. The cords really ate it up. It was hard not to laugh sometimes, to be honest.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit.
I need to keep pressing her further. What else can I press her on? Try here.
This came out pretty clearly.
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the back is Kawana.
Kawana.
And he actually didn't lay a finger on me. His prince couldn't.
Sounds like you had a hell of a time getting this set up.
But Sensei sure did.
Keep pressing her on all evidence. What about the murder footage?
Any thoughts after seeing it?
Stop it.
You're gonna look away? You aided in a bit.
I mean,
who put this video up on the...
Sensei did.
So
He said from the start that once Ehara-san got his guilty verdict,
it would be gone.
So that was all part.
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for how easy it lets out bullies. His son's death was brushed aside. The court blamed his suicide on unknown factors, and that's what led them to... The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond after finding out they gamed the law like that?
So Kuwana and Ahara's real plan was to make a mockery out of the justice system.
Seems to be going well for them. The courts are beside themselves for dragging the police into this.
I guess Ahara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He tarnished his own name to humiliate the law.
Yeah,
failing justice.
Cop or not, Ahara is a broken man. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death. The courts all but ignored his case.
I wonder if he went along with Kuwana.
Nope. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Sensei and Ehara-san are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply. Us. Speaking of which, are we done?
There's more evidence to press. Let's do this one. Shinjuku station footage.
What do you make of it?
I mean, what's the one running on the platform more than Ehara-san?
Meaning?
There is no more meaning. The stand-in turned out to be none other than Jin Kuwana, which Mamiya-san just fit.
What about the smartphone footage here?
How should we be looking at this?
The guy getting taken down in the footage is the real Ehara-san. Sensei had already switched places with them before the scene happened. No one saw through his disguise.
Makes sense. There'd be no way to swap places after getting caught. His sunglasses were removed too.
Also, the person who tripped him was one of ours. So was the one who took the smartphone video. If nobody tried to stop him, he would have just gotten away. But the most important part of it was pinning Ehara-san as the culprit out in public.
Right. If that didn't happen, the entire alibi goes up in smoke.
More or less.
So basically, this entire battery case was calculated from the start.
What else can I keep pressing her on? There's two more pieces. The train card and this. Let's do the train card.
How about this then?
And this is?
Before the incident, Ahara used this card to go through the ticket gate at Ikebukuro.
Right, and it was on October.
Thanks, Hoshinoku.
Happy to help.
At the earliest, Mikoshiba's time of death would have been 7:30. If Ahara killed Mikoshiba in a Jinsho, he would have only had 13 minutes, and frankly, that's enough.
That's right. Sensei borrowed the card from Ehara-san beforehand. Afterward, he slipped it back to Ehara-san when they switched places. That way, Ehara-san ended up having the time-stamped card on him.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
It all seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody suspected a grope.
Yeah. And on top of all that, no one knew Mikoshiba had been killed during the trial.
Anything else?
Yagami-san, you sure that's enough?
Yeah, I think we've got plenty. Bottom line, groping was a fabrication. At the very least, we know that the prosecution's evidence can all be refuted.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm considering filing an appeal.
Are you saying you want to retry?
I am. We'll reveal Ahara and Kuwana's plot and overturn the verdict they...
That might be harder than it sounds.
Why do you say that?
Well, the previous trial, as the client, if he doesn't want an appeal, doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do.
And we'll talk to him tomorrow. First, we need to see it.
Sounds good. Then let's meet at the...
Will do.
So...
Sure are.
Yo, Yagami. You sure it was...
Yeah?
I mean, she helped Kuwana kill all those people. Aren't you gonna...
I would. Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was...
What, so this...
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, no other
their bodies turned
which
up.
means all we can do is take her home, right?
Fine, forget it.
Come on, man, why the cold shoulder?
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with.
Wow.
But if it's help you need, I'll be there. But only if you bow your head and ask knife.
I know for a fact you'd help me. Thanks for the...
Dude, come on.
Gonna go with Sayori, talk about Ahara tomorrow. It is indeed time to call it a day. head back to Pink Street. That'll take us back to the office. I should pet the cat. Thank you. Alright, Yagami. Go rest on the couch. You've earned it. Time for Sayori-san and me to interview Ihara. Better take a cab to Tokyo Detention Center. See, how are my skills? Keep boosting the health. I'm still set. Well, we're back.
So, you're recommending an appeal? I have that right? Did
Yes.
some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things. Like how you faked your alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. You wanted the sexual battery.
Well,
your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ihara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation than you think.
And what exactly have you...
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent. As far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m., you were in Ijincho, not Tokyo.
Baloney.
Except that you weren't. You wanted to give the man who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left. Then you dragged your prey into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene. Every bone on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken. Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror. There's no way you weren't there. And I'd put my money on that.
And then...
the whole play-by-play? Even though you already know it?
Oh, not at all. I'm just fascinated by this outrage.
I have to use a piece of sequence to show what he did next after beating up Mikoshiba. There, the video.
As for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba.
It's quite a home video.
Without leaving anything on Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7:30 a.m. on October 7th. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba in Ijincho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your likeness. The identity of whom belonged to Jin Kawana, the handyman in Ijincho.
Or maybe you know him by
a different name. Former high school teacher
Yuki Takata.
So which name did he give you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
With Kawana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya in Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarment she had prepared. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hands and pin the groping on you. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. that, Mamiya and Kuwana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kuwana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kuwana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kuwana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m. And right after the swap, Mamiya started calling for help. After that, well, we've all seen how the news report. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. As a result, despite it being your first offense, you were actually tried, and the consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous.
Have some confidence in yourself, Shirosaki-sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence. I'm in no position to doubt. And I've long there's nothing I can do.
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kuwana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kuwana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just her—
What do you have to say?
There shouldn't have been any evidence about Mikoshiba's bullying. Who told Ihara the truth? No, it's not so long.
Toshiro-kun, my son. Then how did you know there was bullying going on?
Was it Kuwana?
Did Kuwana really tell you? No.
Sawa, no. Sawa knew. Did she tell him?
Was Sawa had to have heard it.
Nearly hit the nail on the head.
Nearly?
After my trial, she confessed she knew about the bullying. But only to her old teacher. She had no idea she was being recorded.
What?
Kuwana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a diary of Toshiro?
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness, no matter how much pain. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated
still
living.
Suffer.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
He won't admit to murdering
So the first time
Mikoshiba.
Kuwana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for my son. I was in uniform when he came to me too. Very bold. But it paid off. I owe him a debt of... He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals like Goshiba, and that he'd urged other families to avenge the children they lost to bullying. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function.
Vigilantism. We'd have another case of the movie Duff Wish.
If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will obey it. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Tell me, what's the solution when the law fails to punish someone who laughs in its face? To overlook those the law won't judge is to abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Kawana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable. But even after rejecting his offer, not a one reported Kawana-san to the police. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge or not, Kawana-san presents a solution that resonates with people, being that the law is unfair and imperfect. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student teacher. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can live without consequence. Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands? I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops. Kawana-san's plan was impressive, almost airtight. I didn't expect it to be unraveled so quickly.
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Kawana could have used against her.
That video.
If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Of course. Just as I planned, the charges will be confirmed, and I'll be convicted. As for the police and the prosecution, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, "I killed Mikoshiba" at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. They need it to be fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident didn't happen.
It seems you're starting to understand, Yagami-san.
Ahara's archived most of what he wanted to do, but I can't overlook what he's already done.
If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict, and that would mean admitting to a massive blunder by the court. At the hand, it would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guys pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this case, and they've been closing in on your partner, Kawana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? You know, don't. Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home.
She got involved with Kawana.
I'm aware she was killed. This is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean arcade?
Yeah. We don't know why they're going after Kawana. Any ideas?
No way I'd know.
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game? That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, the unthinkable happened. Kawana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony, always second-guessing if she did the right thing. But now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you? I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei, just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Kawana did. The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara. The court's verdict was incorrect, so please give us the chance to appeal.
What on earth would I get out of that?
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year in a cell?
Fine. Do what you want. But just know this.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth it?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail, that doesn't mean I killed it.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have... Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
Well, that visit was very useful.
I'm going to fill Genda-sensei in on what happened. Why don't you head over...
Sure thing.
Even though we're already here at the office anyways, so I don't get it.
So then, Ehara admitted to killing Mikoshiba, did he?
Off the record, yeah. He also admitted Kawana approached him to offer revenge.
Sounds like you were productive.
It's enough for us to move forward with the appeal,
The sexual battery and Mikoshiba's murder. To clear Ehara of harassment, you'll need to prove...
Ehara-san was captured on video.
And the prosecution claims it's a fake.
They're only saying that to cover their asses.
In reality, the sexual battery evidence against Ehara-san is, at the very least, we can claim Yui Mamiya and the others aided in fabricating that.
You really think the courts will grant you an appeal for just...
Are you saying that's...
I wouldn't go that far. But Ehara won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba in court. So what chance do you have without any decisive new evidence? You'll just end up splitting hairs.
So Genda-sensei is worried about Sayori-san's career. I'm sure that's the case, although...
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been deeply underestimated.
What?
Sayori-san, are you actually mad?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
You have every right to be.
Listen, Sensei. Ehara and Kawana devised this plan knowing full well they could manipulate the justice system. Have we not fallen right into their trap? If we take pity on the prosecution now, we play right into their hands.
True.
So how can we worry about reputation when our duty as lawyers is to face the law?
I understand where you're coming from, and you're right to think it, but...
And another thing. While acting as Ehara's defense in the first trial, I never truly believed the claim. I didn't trust the person I was defending. Ehara likely saw right through that. He probably took great delight in our myopic dedication, and I won't stand for that.
What about you, Yagami?
He's not saying it, but he disagrees with Sayori. How should I move forward with this? I feel like we should...
We should listen to Sari-san. I understand why Ehara and Kawana did what they did. I can't condone it.
I see.
Yes. Although my motivation may not be as righteous as some. Mikoshiba's murder, the fake groping alibi, the one behind it all was Kawana, and he's in hiding. We need to shine enough light on him that the public... And the perfect place to do it is during Ehara's...
So it's not Ehara.
If we pursue Ehara's case, Kawana-san...
And if we draw out Kawana, then RK and the ones backing them will make their move. Soma from RK said Sawa-sensei knew, which means whoever's behind them has a secret that needs to stay buried. And I need to figure that secret out. The only thing we can do for her now is make sure the ones pulling the strings pay for it.
Well said. I guess going back wasn't ever really enough. Looks like I got complacent from all the peace and quiet.
I apologize. I should.
That should be my line, Saori-kun. Get out there and do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. You heard him.
Alright. Looks like we're... There's like an hour left. Tsukumo's calling. Hope everything's okay.
Hello?
Yagamishi, are you still in Kamer?
Yeah, why?
I'm afraid RK seems to be amassing any...
Are they now?
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling that...
You think so? If I was Soma, I'd have left the Jinshu.
See.
Things are settling into place here, though. I'm heading back to...
Alright, we gotta get back to Yokohama 99. The side cases are opening up. Over here. Oi, taxi. The Sasaki Jinsho, please. Quick. Hold on a second. I want to see something. I can't progress these. Yeah. Commercial district. Yokohama 99.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, now that's something.
Kuwana-san.
The whole
Or rather,
picture.
Kitakata-sensei, huh? But there's still some things... Like what? Like, why does RK keep going after Kuwana?
Yeah. That's the... Before
Why
they
are they
came to
after him?
Jinshu,
How much do they know?
RK was originally looking for Shinya Kawai, but when they found out he might have been killed, they suddenly...
We can guess all we want.
Maybe
but that's
because
not gonna get us
Kuwana
anywhere.
killed
Shouldn't we
Kawai?
ask someone in RK directly? They're strengthening their numbers in Ijin.
Coons at the bottom rung aren't been... Both Akatsu or Soma were around.
That's true.
Sitting around here won't get us any further. I'm quick on my feet.
Yeah, don't say.
Hmm? Message? Namasawa. There. I suppose, I don't know if I should take a break and go back to the other stuff or what. I seem to not have enough on this point. Go to Seiryo High. Might as well investigate for a little bit. I want to try looking in the robotics club and see where that leads us. We gotta get up to the 4th floor. The robotics club is in here.
Hi, I'm Yagami. I was asked to start as your outside counselor today. Is the president here?
I'm the club president, Domu Kitagawa. The
Great. That saves us some time.
Yagami-san, was it? How knowledgeable are you in the field?
Here we go again.
Huh?
Yagami-san, I understand the chairman requested your services. I don't believe we're operating perfectly fine.
Say, okay, you already know I'm here to do a job. Mind if I pop in every so often? The chairman will let me have it if I don't...
Well, as long as...
Great.
I gotta talk to the members.
Ah,
It's me.
and Tetsuro Kurumazaki.
Hmm.
Hey.
Well, yes.
You.
It's me.
I'm Shion Takamori.
Charge of construction.
Oh.
Excuse me.
There's at least.
It's me.
I'm Dento Sakura, first year.
Wait a second. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. One moment. That might be the link. Give me a second here. I need to look something up. It's here somewhere. I promise. I knew it. I knew it. This is the character that Ben Diskin voices. Not that you could tell because there's already very minimal dialogue here, but... And Yagami directly interacts with him. In fact, I was dressed up as Yagami when I met Ben Diskin at Delta H-Con here, and I had him sign my copy of Tony Hawk's Underground.
By the way.
Yes.
Yep, that's definitely him, alright. Somehow I had a feeling.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Agile. They teach you about this in software engineering.
Oh.
Well... Listen up.
Huh?
Time for our match.
Gather data from these.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah. What the? Dedicated field.
You kidding me?
Takamori.
Come on.
What? This is bad.
Hey.
Well...
Test operator.
Huh?
Oh.
No.
What? Think you're all that?
What?
Come on.
Okay, so I guess the drone experience here is supposed to help Yagami out.
Please.
What?
That's
What
the
the crap?
process of elimination. Listen up.
Kitagawa.
I guess I gotta learn this. Okay, you're divided into red and blue teams in territory. Multiple panels. You need to have more territory or take over their base. Base and destroying. Okay. Right. Whichever team holds the most territory, blocks will spawn. Okay. So move it to where the block. Let's see. Okay, so you move here, right? Nope. Nope. Whoop. Like that. Okay. So try to leave as few gaps. If that block is on your territory here, why don't you place it adjacent? Oh, you mean like that? Okay. Tax and damages. They return to their bases and they can't. Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah. Yagami-san.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh no, not good. Hey, out of my way! Oh my god, you jackass. Oh no, you don't. Oh shit, I'm getting pushed.
Not looking good.
I'm trying to hit it. Shit, son of a bitch. Oh, son of a mother shitter, son of a. There we go. We're getting more territory. Yes. Oh. Shit. Over here. No, you don't. Oh, this is a big one. Go, 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 go. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. I don't think this is working like I wanted to. Oh no. Okay, I can't place it like that. I need to use an adjacent block. No, go back. Gotcha. I guess I can't overlap it. I think that's what it is. We still have more territory than them, and I think that's the way it's gonna go. Oh, quick. Get their base. If I can get their base here, they're toast. Gotcha, bitch! Okay, I think that went pretty well.
Come on. Process please. Thank you.
Now I just gotta report on them back to Amasawa. That actually went much better. Alright. Run, Forrest, run. Gotta get to the first floor real quick. There, this way.
Hey.
Well. Search for tricks of a mystery.
I suppose.
Oh. Itakura.
What? Uh-huh.
Hey.
I refuse.
Jesus.
That being said, look here. What? Yakura-san, just so you know.
Hey.
Yeah. Huh? Yakura-san. Hey.
Maybe changing her mind later. It'll want me to go back up here, but I just wanted to continue to do a little bit and see what happens. So, I don't know. Huh?
Hello?
It's Shirosaki.
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking back on our interview with Ihara.
Something
so
isn't sitting right.
The part about Kuwana approaching other bullying victims. Ihara also mentioned that most of them rejected him.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't the first bully Kuwana killed his own student? Shinya Kawai, tormented by his bullies? Mitsuru Kusumoto's. That event was the catalyst for Kuwana's actions. So wouldn't he have approached
Mitsuru Kusumoto's parents? You're talking
Reiko
about his
Kusumoto. Vice Minister.
Who is currently, if she accepted or is even an accessory to her, there's no way she'd ever want that. With her level of influence and power,
Ordered RK to silence.
Which would explain how RK's actions are being controlled.
And you think it's... Yeah. Tsukumo's actually looked into her before. Yeah, this is genius, Sari-san.
Quite a compliment coming from
Get back to Tsukumo. Might be worth investigating. We made it back. Alright.
Yagami-san. That was...
Well, the day's not over yet. She might be the one behind our...
Really?
Yeah.
Pull up the picture.
Okay. Take a look at this, Yagami-shi. Reiko Kusumoto became vice minister. It hasn't even been a full year yet.
Looks like she's still got a good rep.
Yeah, there's almost no criticism of her.
Ministry revolution. Bucking the bureaucracy. Golden parachute. Vice minister's pretty high.
Big time. If she really did take Kuwana up on his offer, silencing him would be the quickest way to save him. And in that case, she'd need some kind of connection to RK.
Some kind of connection?
Fair enough, but RK already took an innocent life.
Right, still, no matter how dangerous the gang, murder is a risky problem. Then again, if someone's pulling the strings, they have a lot left, especially if that someone has vice minister status.
Well, the internet's not gonna give us much else. How about we do our...
Maybe we should.
Would it really be that easy to get...
Mitsuru Kusumoto's still...
Yes?
If he's in a hospital, we can catch her by surprise.
I get you.
What's what now?
Breaking news from the net. It says manhunt for Sawa.
And?
It's hitting the network news too. The person they're after.
A private school teacher, Yoko Sawa, in her own apartment. Kanagawa PD is conducting a search for the
What the hell?
Self-proclaimed handyman Yu Kitakata.
Why are they looking for Kuwana?
Shouldn't they be after Soma?
It's also surfaced that he's been using a false... The police are hopeful that their search will...
Why are they going after Kuwana and not Soma? What the hell?
If Kawana-san was caught on camera, then surely some RK thugs were as well.
Yeah, on that note, I should have been in the footage too. The police only seem to want Kuwana, but why?
Ask who?
Detective Watanabe from Kanagawa PD. He was the guy...
Been a while, hotshot.
Yeah, I guess it has. Hey, I'm curious. Do you have any evidence?
I take it you saw the news. Kuwana was caught on camera near the crime scene. Plus, he knew the victim. If that's
But I saw Soma holding an ice pick up to Sawa-sen. Plus, there were RK footprints all over the scene. So why...
And, not to mention, it was an ice pick through the neck. We saw the stab wound in the neck on her body. I don't get it.
Is Kuwana the only suspect?
Because the big boys with big balls at HQ said so.
So this is all just pressure from upstairs?
Jesus Christ.
Why are you so bent out of shape?
Kawana's a legitimate, so stick your private investigator shit.
No, you sound pretty bent out of shape yourself. I was thinking maybe we could meet up. How's a free pass to bitch about your Abe-san?
On the phone, in person, there's nothing I can do.
He hung up.
Yagamishi, I managed to focus in. Despite all the interference, I have a good idea.
What?
He's on the main drag in Chinatown. But
won't matter if I miss him because we sat here.
Yagami did.
Abe-san should be on the main street in Chinatown. I need to catch him and find out what's going on. Wait. I didn't check the cat thing. I should do that real quick here. I'm just gonna handle some of this stuff. Thank you. Quick. Chinatown. Just North Chinatown and step on it. Okay. I have to find him. Message, gadgets. Should I use the detector? Oh, great. Dude, that did a lot of work. Alright, finish this fool.
And stay down.
Yagami, why are you here?
Oh, hey.
Sakurai.
Oh, right.
I take it you didn't just happen.
Let's just say some friends of mine have a real key. Excuse the Sawa case. Why aren't you going after Akko?
What the? Hey!
I get the feeling something's keeping you guys from doing it.
Say that again? Sakurai, I gotta hit the can. Huh? Need to take a piss, Yagami?
Yeah.
Then let me.
Maybe we might be learning a little more.
Nice spot you brought me to. Very well.
Well, we're about to have a shitty conversation. Might as well do it with a pleasant.
Do the cops really believe Kawana is responsible for Sawa-sen's?
We wouldn't be looking for him if we weren't serious.
To arrest Kawana?
His real name's Yu Kitakata.
I'm aware of that.
He's a fake. In my eyes, he was suspicious.
What about Soma from He should have been spotted on the nearby cameras, too. Like when he entered.
He wasn't.
How is that possible?
Let me rephrase. There's no footage that had RK anywhere near.
What's that supposed to mean?
From the moment Mikoshiba's murder went down, the higher-ups had been busy playing politics. I had a handle on things when we were just competing with Tokyo PD over who got to grill Ihara. After that murder footage came out, it really stirred shit up. Someone at the top is trying to keep details under wraps. And they think it'll work even in this day and age.
You're saying the whole force is in on the cop?
Started with the footage surrounding Sawa's apartment. Someone on the inside erased it. Any footage that had the RK guys tagged in it is totally wiped.
Erase the footage? Are you serious?
Yeah. You heard me.
I guess that has to mean that there's definitely a higher up cause, and it's very well possible what they're saying is true. The vice minister could have potentially covered it.
Show up are long gone. Before and after, the only person that the cameras pinned the crime
They erased all the
is Kawana himself.
Who would go so far to erase the footage? Who would do something like that?
It's time to let it go, Yagami. Mikoshiba's case and Sawa-sensei's case, they're
closing the book. And to tie up the loose ends, and this is the shitty part. Kuwana has to die in an accident.
What?
As soon as they track him down, they'll put him into custody and then blame it on negligence. They'll say he resisted arrest and died in the struggle, I guess. Someone clearly wants Kuwana gone, and they have the power to do it.
Come on. Who could have that power?
Kuwana is clearly a target of someone higher up. Even if he sees it coming, he won't be able to stop it. As far as I'm concerned, the case is closed. You wouldn't understand until you've been on the force. When the team you're playing for is rotten to the core, all you can do is look the other way. As for me, I'll stick to the cut and dry cases for a while. That's what'll keep me an honest cop.
That's bullshit! You'll shut the lid on the trash, ignore the smell of the rot coming from inside, and go on pretending it's justice? And then you call that being an honest cop?
Asshole. Did you forget that you were talking to a detective?
Oh shit.
You never did answer the question, Kami-san. Who had the authority to erase the security cameras? Who wants Kuwana dead so bad that they do it inside?
Even if I told you, what the fuck could you do about it, detective? Smartass! Leave it alone, Yagami. It's for your own good.
Is that your call? Well, I think I'll be the judge of that.
You little piece of shit! I've had enough! Dead son of a bitch!
Oh shit. Yeah. Get ready. Shit! Oh, fuck off, game. One hit kill there? Are you... Go fuck yourself. And you have the nerve to grind on... Make me grind to shit unlike it's nothing. You suck. That's what I think my real big problem with this game. It's starting to just become a grind fest, it feels like. Just even more basic, I feel like, than any of the past Ryuga Godoko games. I don't know, I feel like it just... Maybe not even grind heavy, but I feel like it's trying to do so damn much. Fuck! What the fuck? No! Fuck you! Why are we redoing this part? Oh, fuck you and your easy difficulty shit. It's easy enough. It's just this shitty quick time fucking event. Just once, I wish they wouldn't do this shit. God. Look at this fucker. Oh, I am mad now. Fuck off!
Oh god, no.
Yeah, gotcha, bitch. Finally! Fuck that. Fuck that shit. And yet somehow, that was, if it wasn't for that shitty QuickTime bit there, it'd be fucking easier than the fight against Hetsu, I think is his name. You know, the fucker with the Wolverine claws.
They broke the lock and forced their way into Sawa-sensei's place. That's when Soma came in. I'm sure she was terrified. pointing an ice pick, but I found her. Her eyes were still open. Yet the police are going after Kuwana, and the cops that were there know he isn't a suspect. So it'll be my voice you hear instead of hers. And when they come to silence me, I'll know who the puppet masters are. And if you have any idea who might be pulling the strings, is there anyone on the force who would want Kuwana?
The moment we opened Sawa-sensei's case, the Kanagawa brass had a suspect. They didn't point to your guy Soma. They named you Kitakata. Hilarious, isn't it? You were the first to the scene, which means the big wig.
Where'd the info about public security?
The public security branch of the police is practically Japan's spy ring. It keeps an eye on foreign agents, gangs, and political groups. They don't hunt criminals so much as gather intel and analyze it to maintain the peace.
Why is public security involved in Sawa-sensei?
Seems they were interested in Arcade's criminal network and coverage. You know how after the Tojo clan disbanded, the criminals started going underground? Well, public security would rather let Arcade roam free than bust them. Even if you catch these guys, no one will just take their...
Wait, so they want Arcade on the streets? Is that why they're brushing Sawa-sensei's case under the rug?
If Arcade goes down in one fell swoop over a murder case, they have to find a new source of intel. Purely speaking, from public security's point of view, that is.
Unbelievable.
Not that they'd ever say that out in, well, public. If you believe public security, there's no way Arcade killed Sawa-sensei.
What the hell? Do they even have a...
Not that I'm aware of. On top of that, I asked Tokyo PD about Soma. He doesn't have a record. No priors, no census registry, not even a damn profile. The man known as Kazuki Soma doesn't exist, basically.
Phantom.
Maybe that's... They had plenty of files on Kuwana to send. They're the ones who made him a prime suspect in Sawa-sensei's case, too.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Kuwana's a scapegoat for Arcade. Public security wants to shut the curtains on Sawa-sensei's case with him. As far as they're concerned, with Kuwana silenced...
So that's what you meant by Kuwana having it.
Right.
Kill him, silence him. I can't imagine it's easy for public security to pin the blame for Kuwana for Sawa-sensei's murder. Then again, dead man don't talk. If they get rid of Kuwana, that'll be enough to muddy the waters.
Who's running the show in public security? Do they have a name?
I wasn't told, unfortunately. Afraid I'm further down the food chain than you thought. Yeah, Watanabe speaking.
Huh?
Right. Got it. One has been spotted. Witness.
Seriously?
Didn't say for sure.
Where's he at?
Fukutokucho, in Koreatown, where the Komiju hang out.
Komiju?
Apparently it means spider women.
Kuwana's...
I'm not gonna say you got that from me.
I don't have much time. You said Kuwana might have it. I'm sure that's why you're telling me.
Shit. We have to get there. And fast. God, I took a beating.
Yagamishi, it's me. I have an update.
Kuwana spotted a Gene show.
Right?
Komiju.
Fastidious as ever.
Already?
They're probably going to surround the area.
Public security is probably behind that. And according to... Long story short, I need to find...
I most certainly can. In the meantime, I'll be monitoring...
Appreciate it.
They've blocked it off, indeed.
This is Tsukumo. Yagamishi?
Hey, I think...
Indeed you are.
Then you'll notice the cops blocked the road.
Not to worry.
Another infiltration.
Here we go. So...
Can you see the white car that's parked in front of the barracks?
Yeah,
There's a really
You
small
mean the
gap on
dump
the side of the car.
truck?
You should be able to fit through it. It'll be a tight squeeze, I'm sure. But
yeah,
you can leave that part to me.
Nice. slipped right in. Oh god, not this shit again. I really don't like the stealth sections in this game. Honest to God, I don't. Just tolerating them. Son of a bitch.
Tsukumo.
Komijul proper seems to be located behind those construction fenders. One door in the fence. So that's your best bet.
I'd have to take the cop down. Oh, I can't take him down. Okay, just be quick. Alright, his back's turned. Go. Alright. How are we doing on time?
Tsukumo, can I get a hand?
Just leave it to me.
Alright, go, go, go. I made it through without getting busted. I'm impressed. So this is Komijul. It's gotta be around here somewhere.
Keep navigating. Huh?
I have to make my way on my own. Wait a minute. Why does this place look familiar? This has to have been the place. Kiryu. Ichiban. Huh?
Kitakata-sensei! Show yourself! Come on, get your ass out here!
What the fuck?
Relax with the yelling, will you? You're giving away our location.
How am I supposed to relax?
Motherfucker. Sugiura.
Sugiura?
Didn't Tsukumo-kun?
Yeah.
Yagami-san.
Does that mean Ark?
No, not exactly. But maybe I'm
No,
wrong.
that was...
But what?
Someone in authority on the fort. Insane or not, I need to get... Good question. Aren't there people from Komijul here? Maybe we can ask...
Worth a
Let's just keep working our way through. Okay.
That looks like a lot of arcade muscle to me, Yagami-san.
Yeah. But if that many are out searching, the silver lining is that they don't have a lead on Kawana.
True. We'll just have to stay one step ahead of them. I don't see anywhere else we can go. So let's go up those stairs.
Alright. Up here. Up here. Up here. Dead end.
Looks like this is the highest we...
Yagami-san, we've got arcade company.
Let's find another... Suspicious. What the...
I can't climb up that way.
Hey.
Oh, but I should be able to jump over that side. How can I get past? Maybe I can get higher if I go this way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no. Same route as Sugiura. I'll have to be careful. Do I have any options for boosting grip? I'll take that one now. I'll take it now, please. Oh shit. Oh, that didn't work, and the game doesn't even give me a checkpoint. And I noticed that my grip still isn't. Oh. Oh, motherfucker. And it's seriously spawning me all the way back. That's what's pissing me off the most. No! Ah! What the fuck? Right. No rushing it. Just jump down. Oh, God. Oh, motherfucker. How? How is it respawning me? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. And it keeps zapping health away from me, which is pissing me off to no end. God, I wish Yagami could move a little faster. There's no way. No. It doesn't even make sense. I can technically climb part of that, but the roof doesn't even... Oh, I made it across. Just use a toughness Z. Good lord. Alright. We made it.
Good work, Yagami.
Yo, you got what's going on here, man? This
Yagami's rather not so.
Yeah.
Why now? Fucking hell. You and that goddamn pocket sand. What the fuck? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, now I know this son of a bitch is cheating. guy's supposed to be a mid-level boss, but he's a real pain in the ass. God damn it, that sucked.
Yagami-san, looks like the top floor is up ahead. There's a room on this side too, though.
Wait a minute, it's not actually blocking it, just the illusion. Wait, go back. Sacred rot. Now those are two words that don't belong together.
Are you ready to go?
Hold on. Oh, I can't actually save.
Are you ready to...
Well, fuck it. Let's just see if we can get this done within 16 minutes or so.
Man, where is this fucking guy? This shit's taking forever. Yeah, it's not like anyone else is here. You think the cops got it wrong? Then what do? Keep looking? Is there a fucking point?
Seems like Kawana-san's giving them a slip. What's the plan now?
Let's find out what RK's gonna do when they catch Kawana. Are they planning to kill him themselves?
What? You gonna just stroll up and ask him?
Well, I only count 4 of them. So, 2 each. Piece of cake.
I guess.
Even though I'll take them.
Let's go. Hello, gentlemen. Got a couple questions for you.
Huh? Who the hell are you two? You with the Kome jewel?
Wow, they don't even recognize you, Yagami-san?
Well, that's kind of sad.
What's going on here?
Huh?
Yagami-san? I don't think it's just...
Yagami! Hey, a detective! Just get him! Fuck yeah! Let's get... Come on.
And this is the part. This certainly looks like it. But it certainly looks like the... God damn it! Shit, they all have weapons. Fuck. What? You have to find him. Shit. This asshole's got the gun. Take him out. He... Another one with a gun. There. Nice try. Gotcha, bitch. I think that's the worst of the goons. The one with the flamethrower and the friggin' knife are the worst of it. None of these attacks are only taking out one bar, though. There's one more regular goon. Use this. Nice try. There. But there's more. Up there this is.
You guys came looking for Kawana.
We were just told to catch.
You sure the plan wasn't? Who gave the order?
It was Akusa-san.
Hey,
And how come Ijincho has so many?
I was just gonna...
Kuwana's not here. That intel was fake.
You live here?
Normally, it's us hiring the handyman. But this time, it was Kuwana.
Huh?
Yes. He said he wanted to see what kind of... Seeing as how easy police info made its way to these thugs. Were he any closer, he would have been ensnared by now.
So Kawana's nearby, watching everything unfold as...
We'll have to clear the room.
Sorry.
As you said, Kawana's returned to Ujincho.
Where's he hiding
under
out?
the protection of Tesso from the Yokohama
Tesso,
region.
I mean.
But you're cleared to see him. We are...
Kawana actually...
Come on. There's a way.
That'd be...
Bear in mind, you may not leave alive if you come back. You are never welcome.
And...
Never mind, indeed. Well, shit.
So, where do we find...
I'm sure the Yuma will lead us to him. Just so happy.
Oh, what?
Now let's get there before Kawana...
We have to look for him there. What? Okay, we got about 10 minutes. And I got a shit ton more skills now to boot. The cage would be good. See if we can boost that. And... damage of actions. Abilities. There. A few of those ought to really help. Some of these can only be used on... some of these can only be used during EX boost. Perhaps all of a sudden it might not be. I should save after that shit. I don't want to do that again. Alright. This is where he said to meet. I took a beating though, and I used up a ton of health items. I should... Pocket cafe. I took a beating, so I need a little bit of food. What should I do? Does the star... okay, the star marks one that you've eaten, so... there's that. Let's go. How about a cream latte to boot? I wonder if part of it's for my EX game.
Starving. Now we're talking. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
Alright, let's go. I'm good. Alright, this way. Maybe we'll get some more truth. But I will have to wrap this up soon. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh. Come on. Well, here we go. There's a Hurricane Rana for ya. Oh shit, the boot. Hot damn, son. I wasn't hurt too badly. This way.
So, you're Yagami Yanaki? Will you be coming inside?
Quana's back there.
No.
Give me a minute yet here, will ya? Just gonna save.
So, will you be coming?
Sure.
This way.
So this is the Yokohama Liumang's hideout.
Bro, hey man. Welcome back, friends.
Tesso Aniki? Do I have to call you that?
Take a seat. And you too, buddy.
Yes, we're about to learn more of the truth about all this insanity that's going on.
Which of your names should we be using for you now? Kawana?
And you prefer Kitakata.
Kitakata.
No, he's back in different attire.
Kitakata's a name that's been all but murdered by society.
Murdered? Oh, this chair.
In a Jincho, I'm just a merry old handyman Kawana's son.
So I guess business.
Yes, the cops. You're the murder suspect, Kitakata. After killing Sawa-sensei, you fled the scene. At least, that's the story the police top brass are passing down through the ranks. Now, why would they say something like that about you?
Calm down, Yagami.
So Kawana hired you guys from the start, and you pretended to not know each other in front of me? If that's the case, you really went all out for him.
Didn't I tell you? The Liumang accepts anonymous requests too. Tesso didn't know I was the one who hired him.
Until now.
So it is.
You really aren't hiding anything? Did you tell him all you've done?
He's a former high school teacher who's going around killing bullies. Can't be much more to hide than that.
Honestly, I'm at a loss. I worked my ass off to get where you are.
And I'm still trying to untangle the mess you've made. You've got my student helpers by the throats. So I'm really backed into a corner here.
You mean the graduates from Kurokawa Academy? Like Mamiya-san?
Very good, Sugiura-kun. So how about it? All the secrets are out in the open now.
Fine. Then I'm gonna light up.
You were just over at Komiju, weren't you? RK was looking for me there. The police even lent them a hand.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm even more confused. I give up. Who in the world could be? Who has influence over both RK?
Care to venture a guess?
They'd be the uneducated guesses of a handyman.
I haven't confirmed it for sure yet, but I have a pretty good theory for it.
Oh?
I heard this from Detective Watanabe. The one's looking for Kuwana. Public security.
The Public Security Division. That's what a detective from Kanagawa PD. According to them, you're the prime suspect in Sawa-sensei's murder. That's why Kanagawa PD was told. Any trace of RK in the footage near Sawa-sensei's place is gone. With that kind of backing, it's understandable why RK is so
Yo,
confident.
hold up again. Why is public
Why are public security after him? Are they protecting the prosecution? This has to be the one.
Public security is probably working for Reiko Kusumoto, Vice Minister of the Ministry of...
What?
Kawana, you had your students kidnap Shinya Kawai, right? 5 years ago in Kamurocho? Kawai bullied Reiko Kusumoto's son, Mitsuru-kun. That painted a target on his back for you. But before you took Kawai out, you approached Reiko Ahara told us that. Before taking revenge on a bully, you'd approach the family. Did you make the same offer to Reiko Kusumoto?
What if I did?
She's the Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health. She's pretty popular. She's even cleaning up her predecessor's mess. If it were to surface that she agreed to a revenge killing, they'd have yet another massive scandal on their hands. And if you get to go down in cuffs instead of a body bag, that detail may just... Before that can happen, Reiko Kusumoto
Have me
plans...
silenced and use public security to do it.
Exactly. Except public security can't just go after you.
So they subcontract at the arcade.
That would explain why public security is trying to cover for arcade.
I see. Well, the logic starts off sound.
Something wrong with it?
Unfortunately,
And what's that?
I did in fact approach Kusumoto-san 5 years ago about taking revenge on Shinya Kawai. And just as you said, I used Mamiya-kun and the other. From that point on, Kusumoto-san knew I was directing Mamiya-kun and the others. So, if Kusumoto-san wanted to go after me, Mamiya-kun and the others would be first. But the fact is, Public security hasn't laid a finger on them, even now, which means Kusumoto-san.
So if Kusumoto was giving orders to public security, she could have gotten to him much quicker.
Hey, so sorry if this is off topic, but what was Kusumoto-san doing when Shinya Kawai was killed?
She was standing right there with me. Afterwards, she took 3 days of PTO. And then Shinya Kawai died at the hands of Kusumoto-san. She drove the knife into his chest personally. She took it slow, making sure he suffered the whole time. Just like Akihiro Ehara.
So, she's guilty as well.
She killed Kawai herself?
The current vice minister of the Ministry of Health committed murder? If that's true, she's had to keep that hidden a long time.
Afterward, she told me she'd never wash the smell of his blood off her.
Damn.
I was the only one who knew that, by the way. On that day, 5 years ago, I sent them straight home after they brought me Kawai. And I was the only one with Kusumoto-san when she killed him.
This sounds way too crazy to be real.
Even so, the fact is, Kusumoto-san... Besides, I doubt the Vice Minister is powerful enough to order public security around.
And who is giving them their orders?
Well, I'd say your theory's on the right track. I'm sure public security contracted RK. I imagine they're so persistent because they know I can be used against Kusumoto-san.
Either way, whoever's pulling the strings is someone who will benefit from your capture. So if it isn't Reiko Kusumoto, maybe it's one of her enemies?
An enemy?
Yeah, like someone within the Ministry of Health. Or maybe even some kind of political... Nothing would be more valuable to them than dirt on Kusumoto, right? They're probably trying to take her to war. They could threaten and manipulate her as they see. Is that why public security... If they wanted to take her down, they could have had the police investigate her fair and square.
Who's ever behind the RK and public security must be an enemy of Reiko Kusumoto. That seems to be the most logical train of thought.
Kusumoto-san can walk away from the Ministry of Health anytime she wants. Plus, she has the public's support, especially with the younger crowd. All just more reasons for her to have enemies.
I read some article about how even the Prime Minister has a hard time with her. Like, she'll get up in his face every time he signs an order. Dumbass loses so many arguments,
So the Prime Minister's trying to find some dirt on...
He's just an example. Weren't you listening when we said Kusumoto-san has lots of enemies in her position?
Hey, don't be a dick.
So whoever's behind this may have been looking for a weakness in Kusumoto-san. They must have got their start after realizing Ehara's case was really about getting revenge on a bully. That puts Ehara and Reiko Kusumoto in the same boat, being that their only sons were bullying victims. And if they discovered that Kawai also vanished 5 years ago...
They'd have the link, wouldn't they?
Regardless, that wouldn't account for the rest of the incidents where a bully ended up dead. You'd know. You're the one going up and down the whole country killing them off, aren't you? Kawai makes number 7.
7? Damn, man.
It wouldn't take much to connect the dots. It'd lead straight to her. Reiko Kusumoto. Then they'd know that she was among the victims who got her revenge.
Yeah. And then, to Ehara's case.
That's why Ehara's been protected this entire time.
That link. Sawa Sensei. Took me a while, but I connected the two cases together myself. It was RK. She never should have even been on their radar. In fact, they traced your name from her. Sawa Sensei knew. She suspected you were involved with the Mikoshiba murder in one way or another, right? You don't care. You see your killing spree on these former bullies like you're doing the country a service. In your eyes, this is vengeance. Actually, no. You'd call it justice, wouldn't you? Except... Sawa-sensei wouldn't have died if it was.
That was never my intent. She shouldn't have died.
No. You don't get to just brush her off like that. Like an afterthought. You had to have known you'd go down for this eventually. And you're fine if all your old students like you and Mamiya go down with you. By then, why would you look back at your trail of blood? Why would you clean up all your carnage? It's not your problem, right? You move forward with one purpose. Send as many bullies to hell as you can. Beyond that, you don't give a shit what happens. Sawa-sensei died in tears. You didn't see what I saw. The fear she must have felt was still frozen on her face. You, Ahara, Reiko Kusamoto, you're all murderers. And so far, all of you have gotten away with it. So why did Yoko Sawa end up having to pay the price? Tell me, will you even be able to look her in the eye when you die?
I doubt it. That's gonna follow me well into the afterlife. So what now, then? March to the cops and turn myself in?
You should. If you don't do exactly that, no one will know why she had to die. And that'll be the end of her story. Everyone will keep on dancing around her death, even though she was completely innocent. Just like the cops are doing.
Afraid I can't do that. If I turn myself in now, there's only one thing that happens. Public security takes me out. And worse, Reiko Kusamoto would be compromised. And that, I will never allow to happen. Of all the people involved in this, she deserves to walk free. Her revenge was justified.
You think so?
Oh boy.
All she did was scrape off the scum of the earth that pushed her only son into an attempted suicide. She didn't sit around crying about a legal miscarriage. She took justice into her own hands. No one has any right to indict her for that. So don't go there. Nobody lays a finger on her.
Hey, skinny ginger kid. Looks like this is gonna turn into a little more than a chat.
Good thinking.
Oh no. We have a fight.
So is your plan to kill me too? Anyone who interferes with your justice? We all get attitude.
Oh no. I should have just saved and stopped.
The punishment fits the crime. You're just blind. If you can't see that, then you can go to hell! Stay out of my way! Let's go!
Good news is, more EX action should help me out of a jam. Oh shit. This guy's not playing around. He's more deadly than I thought. I'll have to be careful. Just have to keep nailing him. Well, that was a big hit right there. I'll have to be careful too. Oh shit. Oh. You dirty motherfucker. I swear this EX action is making shit way more easier than it needs to be. Like, it really does save my ass. Nice try, sucker. Oh, that's how you want to play, huh? Alright. If that's how you want to play, we'll play. No. Use a healing item. Come on, Yagami, get up. I'm close. There we go. I should get a nice bonus from that. What? Well, that actually didn't go so bad.
How long has this been going now?
I lost track.
You and me both.
Call it?
Nah. They're gonna tire out eventually. Beating the shit out of each other is the way some people communicate.
I can see that.
Yep. Hope you brought a book or something.
There we go. Now it's done.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Haven't you had enough yet?
What? You think it's time to give it a rest?
Hell no. Stay out of our way.
You can't even stand up.
You got lucky I stopped when I did, you know. I had a move lined up with your name on it.
You're the one who got lucky as far as I'm concerned. I was about to kick your ass.
What a fucking mess, guys.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, I recognize you. You were in that other game there. Ah, shit. I'm forgetting his name. Exactly.
Hey, both of you, eat.
That's the second character from like a dragon.
One of our higher-ups cooked this himself. Look good if there's any left.
Not a problem. This stuff's
I can't believe it.
Delicious. Man, this is the good stuff.
So that means Reiko Kusamoto could be being targeted by public security.
Right. It's possible part of the police wants to catch me as leverage
Against
but
her.
that's only if public security really is behind this.
Well, someone up top's been putting pressure on it. But no matter how you slice it, the fact that your enemy... Unfortunately, all I got out of that cop was that
Public security is Japan's top intelligence.
Agreed.
And I guess now's a...
Huh?
Tell me, who benefits? That'd be public security. By the time you notice, what if you two watch each other's backs and act in my...
Yeah.
Sure.
Fine, but this is only temporary. Once we finish with public security, I'm gonna make sure...
Okay.
No. First we
Right.
need to... We have the element of surprise.
And we'll use it to our advantage. If public security is trying to find some leverage against
They'll start
Kusamoto,
listening
they're
in
the
on her.
experts in wiretapping and espionage, after all.
How?
We'll just give her a call.
Right here?
Yes. That way, her enemy and public security is the only one.
You saying if you call up Reiko Kusamoto, we maybe not...
Actually.
Huh?
Whoa.
Good shit, huh? You got that.
5 years ago, on the night she killed Kawhi.
Never
We
contacted
arranged
So you
each
have
other.
her number then?
If it hasn't.
What is it then?
What?
We're gonna set a trap to find out if they trace the call and they send people. That's why we're gonna call Reiko Kusamoto using a
How's
location.
that
We'll
work?
use 2 phones that can't be traced back to us.
Really
We'll relay
avoid-
best to do this someplace with no one around.
Don't worry, I got it.
First, we need to know our enemy.
Which means a truce for the time being.
Only while you're here. Gotta keep things civil for my
For the
brother.
brother.
Man, Zhao sounds cooking.
Zhao.
The suckiest situations, not suck.
Cheers to that.
I knew it. That was his name, Zhao. Thank you. I completely fucking forgot. Like, he's now the second character after Tomei, who's already cameoed in there from like a dragon.
2 of them, right?
Just like you asked
Nicely
for.
done, Yokohama Knight.
Okay, time to go see Tsukumo. But we're gonna have to save that for next time because I am officially out of time. And well, what chapter are we on? Okay, we are still at chapter 10. Okay. I wish I could keep going, but I can't. I'll have to stop. Bro, I don't want to... Bro, Raw is worth missing these days. Or at least I feel like it, depending on what happens. Look, I'll go join you guys in just a moment, okay? Okay, so we're getting closer and closer. I wonder who else is going to make cameos that appeared in Like a Dragon. We'll probably find out. I will probably just be back on Thursday. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching. Good night. We'll see you on Thursday.